Hi everybody, so today we are going to do a oil change service on a Jeep Cherokee 2.8 CRD. I'm just going to run you through how I'm going to do the service on this. It's quite simple to do, so if you can't get out due to the current quarantine restrictions and you wanted to service your own vehicle, I'll give you a step-by-step guide on how you can do that. So these are the things that you're going to need. We have got axle stands, a jack, engine oil, a drain tub or oil catcher, an oil filter and some basic hand tools. First thing we'll need to do is to jack the vehicle up. So to jack the vehicle up, you'll need to have refer to the owner's manual on your particular vehicle and look underneath for the jacking points. On this vehicle it is here, and I will be using the jack here to lift it on and then support it on the axle stand once it's done. I've got a bit of cardboard on the end of the jack simply to protect the body so that the metal doesn't rub the protective coating away from the metal of the body of the vehicle. So let's get the vehicle up in the air. So the next thing to do is to open the bonnet, and the bonnet release for this vehicle is located in the passenger footwell. It may be different on your vehicle. On the bonnet there will be a secondary catch which, when you get your fingers down in there, you pull to one side and then, hey presto, the bonnet is open. So the vehicle is jacked up in the air now, and what we need to do is drain the engine oil out of it. This is the sump plug here. So what I'll do is I will remove the sump plug and let the engine oil drain down into the oil drainer. So the oil is draining from the engine now. I've removed the sump plug bung, and that is the sump plug bung. I needed to use a Allen key to remove it, but yours may be a nut. Recommended procedure when you're doing an engine is to replace the sump plug bung and sump plug bung washer. So I'd recommend you get those prior to doing this, because we're under lockdown and all of the car dealers are currently closed. I've not been able to do that. So what I'm going to do is reuse the existing sump plug bung and washer. So to remove the engine oil, it's just a twist off canister. We'll just need to get our hands up in here and there we go, it's time to go now. When you take this off, you will lose a bit of engine oil, as you can see it running down the hands. Probably the messiest part of this job, hence me wearing rubber gloves. The canister itself contains a lot of oil, so once you've got it removed you'll need to put it straight onto the drainer to drain the oil out. There we go. What you'll want to do before installing your new oil filter is just check that the oil filter that you've bought and the oil filter that you're going to fit basically look the same. These look pretty similar, so I'm going to go ahead and just apply a bit of oil or grease to this rubber seal, and then I'll screw that on. So I've installed the new oil filter and reinstalled the sump plug. What I'm going to do now is just use some brake dust cleaner or like a grease dispersant to clean up under this area and make sure it's all clean. Then we'll refill the engine with oil and test it. So back in the engine bay area now, we are going to pour new oil in through here. This is the oil filler for the engine. I've already removed the dipstick to allow air to come out, and so that it doesn't, I get a clean level when I check the oil level. Check with the internet or manufacturers to what oil you should use for the engine. I'm using a 1040 grade oil, which is the correct one for this engine. All of the items that I'm using for this I have bought off of eBay, as because of lockdown in the UK we're not been able to go to main dealers to get the right parts, and out of ease and lack of, to keep up social distancing by doing it on eBay, it's a contactless environment. I'll probably give it another service in about 6 months time, so this is going to be temporary for this. This engine holds 6.6 litres worth of oil, so I have got 2 of the oil containers. Each one contains 5 litres worth of oil, so I'll have some to spare. So I'm going to put the entirety of this container in, and then I will add bit by bit until the level is correct on the dipstick. So I've added the oil and just checking the level on the dipstick. It to me looks like it's about there. I'm going to run the engine, get the oil dirty, and then recheck the level. Okay, so just finishing up on the video now. I've run the engine, got it warm. I'm just going to check the oil level. To do that, just put the dipstick in like so, bring it out, and then just check it there. The level should be somewhere in this checkered package. Doesn't matter where it's slightly over, but we are on a very slight slope where the front of the car is pointing downwards, so I am kind of expecting it to be a little bit over. When the car sits on the flat, then hopefully that will be level, but it's not massively over, so I'm hopefully concerned on that. I will do a check on it once I've taken it out and given the engine a good run, but due to the lockdown we're not going to be able to utilise the vehicles like that. Coming down and just checking underneath, the oil filter and the sump plug aren't leaking. I have a leak from the rear main oil seal, which is still leaking, but I've addressed that in a separate video. I used a rear main oil sealer to try and fix that. So once this car has done some miles, I'll recheck the rear main to see whether that has fixed the problem for it. So thank you for watching the video, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.